Stop number 6 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Texas Motor Speedway, and they say everything's bigger in Texas, and that should include the racing, obviously, on this racetrack. As we're here today for the running of the Interstate Batteries 551 laps of racing on this mile-and-a-half racetrack. We saw good off to an excellent start, as we mentioned, this season this season, and of course the last mile-and-a-half race was at in Atlanta. It was a darn good race, so we hope to see the same thing here in Texas. On the pole for this race here, it is Ryan George in number 6, the Viagra Forge. He is alongside number 20, Joshua Osborne, the Home Depot Pontiac. Second row sees number 33, Daniel Bouchard in the Oakwood Homes Chevrolet. He's alongside Kyle Matthews in number 42, the Texaco Haviland Dodge. So we got all four of the manufacturers actually making it a top 4 sweeping qualifying. You got a Ford first, a Pontiac second, a Chevy third, and a Dodge in fourth. Here, what are the odds of that even happening? Going to row number 3, we have Laura Chung in 38. She was the pole sitter at Atlanta. She's alongside number 16. That is John Andrews. And neither one of the top 6 have won a race. Actually, come to think of it, neither one of the top 10 cars that's qualified here today, that qualified in the top 10, have won a race this season. So we'll see what happens here today. Fourth row has Levi McIntyre in 99 and Tito McCoy in number 44. Fifth row, I should say, has number 32, Zachary Fitzwater, and number 21, Roberto Crown Jr. So some surprises up in the top 10 qualifying spots. Sixth row has Seth Cole. He won at Richmond this season, the number 5 Kellogg's CarQuest Chevrolet. He's alongside his Hendrick teammate, Charles Sanford, in 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Seventh row has Nathan Orman, who won at Rockingham, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac, car number 18. He's alongside Paul Minnick in number 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet. Going to row number 8, we have number 25, James Henry in the Michael Holligan Chevrolet, and the Daytona 500 winner, Jessica Shelton, in the number 17, DeWalt Tools Ford. Next row down has number 3, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3. He's alongside number 4, the Kodak Max Chevrolet of William Brock. Next row down has number 40, Phil Parker, and number 43, that is Mike Becker, a pair of Dodges in that row. Next row down has number 97, that's Jesse Turner in the Sharpie Ford. He's alongside number 22, Dylan Potee, who won in Atlanta this season. Next row down has number 29, Ryan Butcher in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He's alongside number 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford of Cat Batson. Next row down has number 2, Dylan Young. He won the last race that we brought to you on the tour at Darlington. He's alongside Allison Rain in number 15. Next row down has number 10, Matt McIntyre, and number 12, Zach Winkle. Next row down has number 41, Wes McCoy, and number 26, Trent Dunham. Next row down after that would be number 45. That is Christian Vargas. He's alongside number 55. That is, number 55. That is Quentin Moore, the Square D Chevrolet. Next row down has number 8, Amanda Evans, and number 88. That is Keith Batson. Batson came in second the last race we brought to you on the tour at Darlington. Next row down has number 1, Clint Buchanan, and number 71. That is Gabby Conklin. Next row down has number 31, James Sykes, and number 11, Cement Oscon. And starting shotgun in the field will be number 7, Alexander Rowe, and number 19, Ryan Brommer. So that is your front row starters for today's race here at Texas Motor Speedway, the Interstate Batteries 500, sixth stop on the tour for the season. And of course, the field of 40 cars awaiting the word to fire the engines. In fact, that's what we're about to have here in just a second.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engine.
So the command's been given to fire the engines as the pace car leaves the field off a pit road for the pace line. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. car leads the field through turns number 3 and 4 right now. You got Ryan George on the pole and Joshua Osborne on the outside of the front row. As the field leads them down for the green, as the pace car leads them down for the green flag. And unique spectator view right here as watching the cars come off turn number 4. Waiting the green flag to fly for this race, and we are underway at Texas Motor Speedway. Ryan George getting off to a tremendous start here as they go into turn number 3 now. Daniel Bouchard now gets in second place as they come off turn number 4 now. We should be seeing lap speeds of well over 190 miles per hour here at Texas. We saw 190 on the last mile and a half race on the tour at Atlanta. Down the front stretch, or back stretch they come, I should say here. Bouchard closing up. He's now second position right now. Third position is now a battle between Laura Chung and Joshua Osborne, and Chung has a spot now for the time being, the 38 car. Levi McIntyre up to 4th, and Zachary Fitzwater up to 5th position now. The number 32 tied, 32 tied Pontiac, excuse me. Osborne caught up on the outside, now losing spots there from once he started. On board, Seth Cole is one of the 3 car cameras in today's race. After the race completed, Seth's last lap 189.063 miles per hour. That's the condition this season at Richmond on a short track. Short track will be heading to 3 straight short tracks after this race. Then we head to Bristol, then North Wilkesboro, then Martinsville as races 7, 8, and 9 on the season. Up behind Seth Cole is Nathan Foreman. You see him right in the rear view here. Number 18, you see Barry's Pontiac. Other two in-car cameras in today's race here will be carried by Levi McIntyre and Kyle Matthews. Those will be our 3 cameras for today's race. In the meantime, Fitzwater dives to the low side of of McIntyre's car. And let's see what happens in the turn number 1, and he'll take the position away, or tries to. Battle for 4th place here. McIntyre, Fitzwater, Seth Cole, and Nathan Orman on his pack of cars here, and as McIntyre tries to hold them all off for the time being. Meantime, Orman goes to the left side. He gets by Seth Cole, and now tries to get by the 32 car of Fitzwater. Seth Cole is in 7th position. Tito McCoy, a real surprise, one of the rookies in the field. He's in 8th position right now. And a battle for 9th going on between James Henry and Seth Cole, or James Henry and Cole Bieber, excuse me. Bieber in the 3 car. And he's got Bill Parker behind him in the 40 car, and Bill gives Cole a draft here. And that's the thing at Texas, Bowie, in this version here on Cup Physics 64, excuse me. Is that the draft plays a critical part at Texas here. Now, you usually wouldn't think that at Texas here as opposed to Talladega and Daytona, but that's probably the trick to getting a trying to make a pass here. Obviously, is to get a draft going on. But of course, then again, if you got a ton of power like Bill Parker did right there against Cole Beaver, you could maybe pull it off here. James Henry now goes inside and tries to get past, and boy, Dylan Pote almost stuck his nose between Deaver and James Henry's car. That is 10th, 11th, and 12th, and 13th even on your screen right there. That's William Brock in the 4 car. Paul Minnick is running 14th, and 15th is Allison Rain, matching her car number in this race so far. Brock makes the pass on Poteet, puts him up to 12th position now. And battle for the lead, Laura Chung and Ryan George going at it right now. The 6 and the 38 cars. We got Fords in the top 4 spots. Let's see what happens in the turn number 3 now. Laura Chung moves in the inside, and she's going to take the lead from Ryan George. Let's remember the last season of the Mellow Yellow Racing Series, Laura got her win at Texas. So she got her first Mellow Yellow Series win. She'd like to have her. It'd be cool for her. She have her first Cup Series win at Texas. But she's got one of the best behind her in Levi McIntyre, the number 99 Office Depot Ford. As they come out to number 4 now, you got a Ford Taurus leading and a Ford Fusion running in second position right now. Now you're inside with Levi McIntyre, the 99 Office Depot Ford. 11 laps to the bricks, and still 40 laps of racing left to go here at Texas. And he's got a grab on the back of Chung's car. He was in the inside of Laura. Let's see what happens on turn number 4. You're riding with Levi McIntyre. He battles for the lead on Laura Chung for the top spot. I don't think he got that time by. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did actually. McIntyre led his first lap of the race. How fast Levi goes around the track here, 178 miles an hour turn number 2. Let's see what happens in turn number 3, 189, 190 miles an hour now. But lap number 4, do turns number 3 and 4 now. 186 miles an hour on turn number 4. And 195 miles an hour to turn number 1, and down about 166, 165 in the middle of 1 and 2. Nathan Foreman goes to second position. Third now is Daniel Bouchard, and here comes Seth Cole to the left side for third spot. Phil Parker is 8th. Ryan George, the pole sitters, dropped to 9th, and 10th is Dylan Poteet. Paul Minnick up to 11th. 12th is Cole Beaver. 13th is William Brock. The 3 and the 4 cars going at it. Now Brock moves to the inside of Beaver's cars. They come off turn number 4. Kyle Matthews running 14th as he gets by Allison Rain, who runs 15th. 16th is Dylan Young. 17th is Roberto Crown Jr. battling with Charles Sanford for position. The 21 and 24 cars going at it. And another battle going on here is Jessica Shelton dips to the inside of Matt McIntyre. She's got Jesse Turner shoving her up the track to go. She gets by McIntyre. Now she tries to get by Charles Sanford, and Jesse Turner dipped to the low side trying to make a run, but no dice for the time being. Charles just barely shut the door in front of Shelton. And Jess gets punted up the track now. Jesse Turner moves to the low side now. Joshua Osborne behind him. Osborne started second, and he's dropped back to about, let's see, he was 21st the last time by. That is the quirks sometimes of starting outside of the front row. Actually, the cons is starting outside of the front row. On the outside of each row at any track we go to. Now Osborne gets by Turner, and that puts him at the 19th right now. And Allison Rain, meantime, going backwards now as Charles Sanford gets by her. Roberto Crown Jr. 16th. Dylan Young now the 15th position. Paul Minnick now going backwards himself as well too as Cole Beaver, and now Kyle Matthews gets by Minnick's car. It's a rough cam from Matthews' perspective. 198 miles an hour to turn number 1 into Avalon Dodge. 198 miles running car number 1. Adams his last lap 186.86 miles running fast lap of 189.076. He runs 13th right now as now Dana Bouchard, William Brock, Cole Deaver, and now Matthews all get by Fitzwater in the 32 machine. And Kat Batson, 28, sitting on pit road. Something the matter with the 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. And she was 39th as that was all happening. And Mike Becker's on pit road as well too in the 43 car. So you see the back of the pack right there. That's Clint Buchanan in the number 1 car. Wes McCoy in 41. And Trent Dunham, the hometown hero in 26 machine. Not the day Trent's was hoping to have at Texas, though. He is 36 right now at this point here. Race ain't over yet, though, because he still may have some time. He's still got time to try to make some headway in the race here. Meantime, back up front, it's Levi McIntyre who jumps to the lead now at number 99. Seth Cole's in second. Third is the 6th of Ryan George. Fourth is Nathan Orman. Fifth position battling for. Fifth is Laura Chung and Bill Parker. As we move to the inside now to turns number 3 and 4, Dylan Poteet has worked his way up to the top 10 now. He's got the surprising Tito McCoy in number 44. Daniel Bouchard runs in 9th position in battle for 10th there, as now 10th position now belongs to Fitzwater in 32 as he's now moved his way back up to the field. So now you got a bunch of cars now moving up to the moving into battle for the top 10 position now. Bouchard inside now of Parker. That's for position here. And Parker now kicked up to the high side. Now he's going backwards now in the 40 car. Fitzwater goes by. Deaver goes by. Here comes Matthews in 42. He tries to go by. Paul Minnick and Dylan Young both moving up as well too. And Charles Sanford in number 24 as well too, as he's gotten by William Brock in the 4 car. And now here comes Sanford inside of his Hendrick teammate Paul Minnick. And that moved Charles up to 14th position now, and so he's on the move in that number 24 car. Turning on those rocket flame boosters, I guess you might say, right now. He was running about 20th the last time we talked about him. And now Cole Deaver now tries to move up on the 33 of Daniel Bouchard. That is for, I believe, 9th position. So just past halfway home at Texas here. 27 laps in the books, and we have now 24 to go in this race. Here comes Seth Cole to the low side of Levi McIntyre. Has 2 of our in-car cameras in today's race. For Seth Cole. Check the fastest lap of the race so far here at Texas. Fastest lap so far being held by Laura Chung at 190.463. In fact, top 7 cars all over 190 miles per hour. Those top 7 includes Seth Cohen, who are riding with right now. His best lap is 190.201. Nathan Orman right now runs in 3rd position, and now Dylan Poteet up to 4th position. Now he's got a very fast Dodge. That Caterpillar car moving his way up to the field, and he's pulling away from Ryan George in that number 6 machine. Ryan George, as I mentioned, was the pole sitter for this race. And now battle for second place here. Here comes Ormond to the low side now. Number 18 moves inside of Seth Cole. Let's see what happens off turn number 4. Whoa, he and Seth just about touched come off that fourth corner. Ormond to second. Ford in first, Pontiac second, Chevrolet in third, and a Dodge in fourth. And you got another Ford in fifth. The race is now down to its final 20 laps, so we have 19 to go this time by here. Does Nathan Ormond have anything for Levi McIntyre? McIntyre's been the dominant car so far in this race here at Texas, and I don't think he's won at this track neither, so could be a first for him. Also could be a first for Ormond if he can win here too, and he is closed up on the back of McIntyre's car now in the 18 machine. Let's see what happens in the turn number 3 here as Ormond moves to the low side. McIntyre drifts a slight bit of high, but not too high. All this at over 185 miles per hour here at Texas Motor Speedway, and this is some exciting racing we're having here. Not very many lead changes, but it's been pretty good racing so far. Battle for 10th going on battle for 9th, I should say, between Daniel Bouchard and Tito McCoy. And McCoy now stuck on the high side now as Bouchard gets past. Samper now tries to go inside in the 24 car. And that's going to move Charles up to 10th and Kyle up to 11th now. Or trying for 11th, I should say. Now McCoy goes to the high side, tries to get back by. But Matthews now forces it to the low side, and he gets past that. That's 11th for Matthews at this point, and 12th is where William Brock's now going to run it now. But here comes Brock to the inside for that 11th spot on Matthews. And meanwhile, got some new players up in the top 10 now. Dylan Young up to 8th position now, the winner at Darlington. He's still got plenty of time though. He's got about 15 laps to go this time by, so he could make a run at it for the top 5. Here comes battle for 5th position between Ryan George and Laura Chung. Both those drivers have led today. Down the inside goes number 32. That's Fitzwater. As he moves his Pontiac past Chung's Ford. And here comes the Dodge of Dylan Young and the Chevrolet of Daniel Bouchard. It's been a rugged start for Daniel Bouchard this season so far. But he thinks he's gotten it all sorted back out now in that 33 machine. Laura Chung, I should say Chung, now still up in the high side here as Charles Sanford now closes up in the 24 car. And that, I believe, let's see where that puts. It's going to put Chung now. Let's see, Charles is running. He was running 10th, so that moves him up to the 9th position now. And meantime, Nathan Ormond has now gone to the lead in number 18. And here comes Seth Cole and Levi McIntyre back in this mix now. And now Dylan Poteet, don't count him out just yet in that 22 car. He's thrown his hat in the ring now. And here comes Seth, car number 5 to the low side. 5 winners in the first 5 races so far this season. Only driver out of those 4 who has not won yet is Levi McIntyre. Here, Ormond won Rockingham this season, Seth won at Richmond, and Dylan Poteet won Atlanta this season. So one of these 3 could become the first 2-time winner this season so far. But here comes Levi to the low side. McIntyre trying for second place, and he's got his buddy Dylan Poteet helping him out now. But Seth Cole tries to fight back on the outside. Now he moves inside. Crossover move now for Seth Cole. He moves inside and he'll take second place back. Or tries to. Here comes 6 car of Ryan George to the low side, the pole sitter here at Texas, and he is up to 4th now, maybe 3rd possibly. And now Zachary Fitzwater's getting into it in that 32 car, and maybe Bouchard's getting into it in that 33 machine now. He's gonna bring Charles Sanford and Dylan Young into the party now, and now Laura Chung tries to get herself back in contention. 3 wide for that position. Fitzwater has got some horsepower in the hood of that number 32 car, up to 4th now, 3rd, but 4th or maybe 3rd spot now. 4th position is where he's at. Nine laps to go now here in Texas here, so we're down to the closing laps now. On board Seth Cole's car. He knows it's there. The lead's right there ahead of him. Nathan Foreman up ahead of the leader. But here comes Ryan George from the motorcycles for 2nd place. He's got it. But Orman now, let's see what happens here. Those 2 cars. That was close quarters racing there between George and Orman. And now Ryan George goes for the lead, and he's got it. Ryan George, the driver out of Kebshire Racing Tech, has the lead now. But here comes Seth Cole, car number 5 to the low side now. He's got 2nd on Orman. Here comes Fitzwater. Been a long time since Zachary Fitzwater's won a race in this series, though, and he likes to get himself into it now. Not to mention also, this is going for not to mention for those who's not yet won a season, it's also for a spot for the Winston All-Stars in Charlotte. Nathan Orman already has himself a spot, as does Poteet. Poteet and Seth Cole both already have a spot because they're former champions in this series. But Ryan George, he liked to get himself a spot in the All-Stars by winning this race as well, too. And here they come to the low side. Here comes Laura Chung in number 38. She almost makes contact with Ormond. And now Charles Samper, here he comes, number 24. He's up to 4th, maybe 3rd now, possibly. Yeah, all this is letting Ryan George pull ahead, but now Poteet tries to close back up in that number 22 car. Let's remember, Poteet pulled it off at Atlanta in a 1.5 mile track. He's trying to keep his 1.5 mile streak alive. That time by completed lap number 47. We're down to 4 to go. Margin that time, last time I was 28 hundredths of a second. Let's see if it closes up this time, if it needed this time by. And 23 hundredths now, 5 hundredths a lap. It's not really going to cut it here at Texas. Seth Cole now getting the draft off Poteet's car here as they come in the backstretch now. Two to go. Ryan George trying to hold them all off here. They're gonna see the white flag this time by, but now Poteet, he's closed it up now. Let's see what happens on the backstretch. Seth Cole comes to the inside. Second place in that, and he's got the draft off Ryan George's car now. Let's see what happens off the 4th turn. The white flag's gonna wave. 1 lap remaining, and Ryan George has got problems. Ryan George's car broke at the white flag. It's down between Seth Cole and Charles Sanford now. Here comes Sanford to the low side through turns number 3 and 4. Here they come up the 4th turn. Is it going to be Seth? Is it going to be Charles? They come to the line. They're side by side to the never. No, I never. An unbelievable turn of events on the last lap at Texas. And Dylan Young, I don't know what that was all about between he and Seth Cole, but oh my God, we're going to look at that last lap all over again. We're going to look at that last lap all over again. I thought Ryan George had the lead. Now let's take a look again as to what happened here. Ryan George's car, he slowed dramatically. Something broke on the 6 car at the white flag of this race while leading. And car owner Kev Shear has got to be very disappointed over that one too. But meantime, that gave Charles Sanford second place and Seth Cole the lead. Now here comes Seth. He goes to the inside now. Or I should say Charles Sanford went to the inside now. Here they come off turn number 4. And it looked like when it came off turn number 4, they were going to come to the line bumper to bumper. I thought it was going to be a dead heat coming to the line. And Charles went to the inside of Seth Cole, got a run, and beats him by a half a car length of the line. As he'll take the Jeff Gordon colors to victory lane here at Texas Motor Speedway. That's something I thought I'd never heard until 2009. But oh my gosh, that was a crazy, crazy finish here today. Margin victory, 24 thousandths of a second at the start-finish line. Here, Charles Sanford is your winner, the man they call the California Crusher. Wins it here today. Seth Cole, a heartbreaker for him. He had it come off turn number 4, and he ends up finishing second by about a half a car. But that is 6 winners in the first 6 races of the season. Here, and Seth came out so close to becoming the first 2-time winner this season so far. And to say nothing how Ryan George feels right now, it looked like he was going to be a 6th winner in the first 6 races as well too. And we'll see what finally took him out of what the problem was on his Viagra Ford. I think he gave it too much Viagra, I think is what the problem was. Sorry, had to. Zachary Fitzwater, he comes home 3rd here today. A great run for the 32 team. Fitzwater, I'm sure, is going to be pleased with that. Nathan Orman, who had a strong car all day long, he ends up finishing 4th. Laura Chung with a solid day in 5th position. 6th place will go to William Brock. 7th will go to Daniel Bouchard. 8th to Dylan Poteet. Levi McIntyre will finish 9th, and Dylan Young will come home 10th. Joshua Osborne with a great day, finishing 11th. 12th will go to John Andrews. 13th, Kyle Matthews. Roberto Crown Jr. with a solid day for that 21 team. He'll end up 14th in today's race. Allison Rain 15th. 16th will go to Cole Deaver. Jesse Turner 17th. Quentin Moore 18th. 19th will go to Phil Parker. And Jessica Shelton will finish in 20th. 21st will go to Matt McIntyre. Tito McCoy, who started off strong here. He had a top 10 car first of the race, but then he tailed off at the end. He ends up 22nd. Cement Oscon 23rd. 24th will go to Ryan Brommer. James Henry 25th, matching his car number. Christian Vargas 26th. 27th will go to Paul Minnick. Keith Batson 28th. 29th will go to Trent Dunham. 30th will go to James Sykes. Wes McCoy 31st. Then Amanda Evans, Alexander Rowe, Clint Buchanan, Gabby Conklin, Ryan Butcher, Zach Winkle, and Ryan George, who almost led him to the white flag. He almost did. He actually lost the lead to Seth Cole at the white flag. Coming to the white flag, he actually lost there because of that mechanical failure. Ryan George still limped it around to finish, still in the lead lap in 38th though. But he almost had a win right there. And I actually, honest to God, do feel for Ryan George on that one. Because that was going to be his first win in probably a long time, maybe even ever in this series. And then, but if it says one thing for him though, he's got the performance that he can run with those guys here, and he may try to prove it next race on the tour at Bristol for the Food City 500. Other 2 cars to finish here. Well, Cat Batson and Mike Becker, they didn't even get to start the race, so they end up They ended up not even running a lap in this race. Batson was 39th, and Becker was 40th in today's race. So on the surface looked to be a pretty boring fit. It was gonna was what looked on the surface to be a good race, but not much battling for the lead. Ended up with a sudden turn of events on the last lap, where everything happened on the last lap. It seemed like, except for a crash. But it all ends up with Charles Sanford taking an exciting victory over Seth Cole in a Hendrick 1-2. Average speed 185.268 miles per hour, 24 thousandth of a second on the margin of victory. And you're looking at what it looks like right now. By a half a car length was the margin of victory in this race here today. and if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got a lot of cool stuff on this channel. We got everything. We got NR races. We got gaming videos. We got NR online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, which is also on his channel too, as his new season's in full swing. And also be sure to check out our other two channels that does NNSCRA offline series. Those channels being Thrash Maniac 99, that's the channel that does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, and also be sure to check out channel X86753098588X. That's Dylan Young's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. So that will do it here today at Texas Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again to Charles Sanford, the winner of the Interstate Batteries 500. And for now, this is James Qualls, the production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We will see you at Bristol for the Food City 500.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?